And we are up. Look at all of these freaking bodybuilders in this screen, man. Some of them are really old. I'm not talking about me, but you know, Ricardo in the upper left from San Francisco, actually South Bay, right? Ricardo, right?
Yeah, Fremont.
The bodybuilder. Below upper left would be Carlos, who is the only IFBB pro here. I gotta give him props because that's a fucking holy grail in bodybuilding. It takes hard to do that shit.
When did you get your card, man?
About 3 years ago in Pittsburgh.
Beautiful, man. Congrats.
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you.
And then we got the beautiful Nilo right here in the upper right. How are you, my dear?
I'm good. It's a good day today.
Is it? Is your gym open already?
Yeah. Yeah, it's open.
Nilo, guys, Nilo has his own gym, has her own gym. She I think it just opened. So do they require them to wear masks?
Yeah, so we have to wear masks. You know, they have to wear masks. We have to wear masks. But the problem is it's a small gym, you know, San Francisco being small.
Of course.
It's like, you know, max capacity is probably like maybe 8 trainers with their clients.
That's okay. That's okay.
But we can only do 10%. So it really, like, for the amount of money that you spend on buying like more sanitizing equipment, it's like not really it's like not paying off. But I've been training my own clients there kind of through the pandemic anyway. So
yeah, me and Carlos trained at Body Fuel, and I occasionally go to Fitness Connection when the cardio area is full. So I go to Fitness Connection because they have this big area, and I'm just doing biking on nighttime only. And so I'm the only one there at the basket. They put all of the bike equipment in the basketball gym. So I'm the only one doing it there. We wear masks in Fitness Connection, but in Body Fuel, you wear masks to get into the door. And the moment you get into the equipment there, you don't wear masks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. As a trainer, though, I have to wear one while I'm training my clients.
Yeah,
you
have to.
My clients don't have to wear one. I do.
Yeah, it's a choice that way. But Ricardo, pretty much you work out in your garage, and there are some bodybuilders that visit you and work out there, right? I mean, Ricardo, yeah.
Yeah, man, I got a time slot. Look, man, I got people coming in starting at like 8 a.m.
Oh, that's nice.
I got time slots from 8 a.m. to 11. Everybody comes in and wipes, and then nobody need no mask. But yeah, we got a whole rotation of current and ex users, man. We're having a good time here, man.
That's good, bro.
Because we're still waiting for you.
I'm planning to visit my nephew there probably once a month, though. I'll drop by when I visit, dude.
Cool. Waiting for you, man.
Hey, bro, Carlos. So there is a bodybuilding competition happening 2 weeks from now at the what hotel is that? The Grand Sierra.
Yeah, Silver Legacy.
What anniversary is this? Is it the 5th year, 7th year, or what?
This one? No, this is going to be longer. This is Nevada State. Nevada State is the longest running show in Reno, Nevada. This is the very, very first show that we had in Reno, Nevada, and it's been going before I even started competing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So Nevada State is what's coming up October 10th, which is next week. I have 2 clients competing there, and that is the longest show that has been around in Reno, Nevada from the time that I can remember.
Do we have big guys competing?
I even started competing.
Do we have big guys competing?
I don't know. I mean, you know, it's right now it's so crazy because at first they were saying you had to wear a mask. There wasn't going to be any audience. So a lot of people, like I started with 8 people and they all dropped out. I ended up with 2,
right.
You know, because, you know, everybody wants their family member to come see them compete. And I understand that. And then they don't want to be wearing a mask either. So they just pretty much, you know, folded that. But we just got great news a few days ago. They're going to allow 250 people in the audience to come watch.
I might go, bro. I might go. I might go. Watch, dude.
Yeah, so it should be really good. And I think would be great for everybody to come out and just, you know, really support, you know, the bodybuilding industry.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Right now, I don't see myself competing in any future, but you never know. Once I'm there and I feel the vibe, it's like, oh fuck, you know.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, man. No, the main people on that show, you know, who've been putting it together for a long time, like I said, way before I even started competing. Their names is Julie and Randy Green. They are the main people. They're the ones who put up the show for Nevada State, and they've been putting it up, like I said, since from day one. So it's a great show. It's my favorite show. That's where I started. I started as a lightweight bodybuilder there, and I just grew from there. And it's my favorite show. I always take the most amount of clients to that show because it's my favorite show.
Yeah, that's good. And Nilo, you're competing anywhere, anytime soon now?
So I was supposed to October 11th in supposed to be in Palm Springs, but it got canceled. Yeah. So I mean, I was really happy.
California, man.
Because I was really sick of dieting, and I was like, I was kind of half-assed about it for like the first 2 months, and then the last month I was like super dialed in, and I just was so sick of it. And so for literally the last week I've been eating, and I've gained 7 pounds in 7 days, and it feels so good. I squatted 325 on Monday.
There you go.
Just from
Dude, really?
Put that to use right there.
No, have you ever seen her Instagram? She does all this kinds of, you know, it's her body weight, but she does all kinds of, like, she's pretty strong, man. Like,
that's really good.
Yeah. And okay, so put a disclaimer here for the people that are watching. We're going to be talking about performance enhancing drugs and other stuff that sports and celebrities and what have you uses. We are not doctors. We are just bodybuilders and practitioners. Do not do this at home. This information is for entertainment only. We don't advise anyone to use illegal drugs or possession of drugs or illegal things. Don't do any illegal things. If you want to check your body and everything, check with your doctor as always and always. Okay. So anyway, guys, I'll tell you a little story. I was in TRT for a while, and I wanted to get off because I wanted to have babies. I mean, not me, my wife. But so I was on PCT for like 3 months, dude. I gained weight. That's number one. I didn't change my diet, but I wasn't eating clean, and so the definition is gone. It's all. I didn't lose the muscles, that I can tell, because I was on HCG, and then I was on HMG. I was taking Clomid. I didn't feel good, so I cut that off. I cut off Clomid completely.
Can I ask what, when you say you didn't feel good, what didn't feel good?
I had a headache.
Okay.
I had a big headache, and it is, if I was a woman, Nilo, I was having hot flashes. You know?
You sure it was a menopause or anything like that?
Is there such thing for a man?
I don't know.
There is actually.
So I cut that off. I tried Proviron. It was okay, but I don't know if that was for more of like a fertility medication type of thing as opposed to Clomid. So it is pretty much on HMG and HCG now. Prior to that, I was using what we call Animas. If you've heard about it, it's 3 types of substance. It's Tren. Some people put equipoise in it, but this one is Tren, Masteron, and Test and Intake. I was in that for like probably a solid 4 months. I was talking to Ricardo the other month. Like, dude, is it always like this on Tren, man? You don't fucking feel good. It's like, yeah, it's not supposed to be it's a competition. You know, it's like, whatever. So, but that's my experience as of this date, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys, do you do this on off season or competitive season?
Who's the question?
Anyone.
Carlos,
You go first.
I'll go first, but we're waiting for the pro, man.
You're the pro.
You're the pro, Carlos. Sorry,
Ladies
bro.
first.
All right, I'll jump in. So I was I'm currently off, and I'm about to get on. I went through a pretty big weight gain this last year, and Nilu helped me get back down, and I got a few goodies in the lunchbox waiting. So I think maybe as soon as right about maybe early December, I want to get on stage. Hopefully at the end of summer next year. So I'm
you
getting
got
ready.
time, dude.
What's that?
You got time.
For sure.
No, not really. You know how that goes, man. But yeah, if I time it perfectly, man, I'm very excited. I got my few goodies ready to go, and I have it all set up. But back to your comment about that trend, like you said, man, that everybody wants to get on it and everybody wants to get off it. That thing's horrible, man. That definitely played with me, even at low levels, the A and the E both. But yeah, that was my experience with it.
Well, I went to the doctor recently and I got all of my blood tests. I got a complete blood test, and we were both looking at it. And one of the reasons that I told you I felt fatigued, and I was trying to blame it on trend, right? My thyroid level was low, bro. So I took a little bit of I took at least 7 meg of Minsigram, I should say, of T3. So it's been 3 days. I feel good, although I'm not on trend right now. But that was, I was trying to wonder why I would go to the gym. I would be on body fuel in front of the gym, Carlos. I would wait in the car, listen to music for an hour. Guess what? I go back home. Never worked out.
No, yeah.
Fucking shit. It's like I didn't have that will to go to the gym, and I was wondering, am I depressed? You know, and so when we did the complete count of blood, that was the only problem, and a little bit of kidney enzyme problem there, because the former doctor I had put me on blood medication with losartan with diazide. Now, you know, she didn't tell me that diazide is diuretic, as I know that diuretic, but it does affect your kidney function. So now she puts me on a blood pressure medication that does not have diazide. So I'm okay now.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the only thing that I can say about trend is the coughs.
I have a theory in that, but go ahead. Yeah.
Those are insane. Otherwise, I think it's a great drug. I really do. I think it's
like a magic. It's like a magic, bro.
One of the best. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're trying to trim down or you're trying to bulk up. I mean, you go in there, you have a little bit of, you know, a little bit of energy to go towards.
You got a there, yeah. But
I was wondering. You said that you didn't have any energy. Yeah, it could have been that, because normally you're a little more aggressive.
I was gonna blame it on that until I got my blood test, you see. But what were you using? Were you using enanthate or acetate?
Acetate.
See, he was using acetate too, but I was using enanthate. I can't use acetate because that's where all the side effects, from what I heard. It's like a relationship ender, dude.
Yeah, but you know, it's so great because it doesn't make you retain any water.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
so you're a lot harder on that.
Yeah.
So, you know, but like I said, the thing that I don't like about it is the coughs that come with it. Oh my God.
Yeah. Wait. So when you used it before, Carlos, when you use it, did you smell the chemical? Because that's my theory, that when you smell that, that's when you cough.
No, not necessarily. You know, I've heard that before, and I've actually, you know, done some things with it to try to like maybe burn off, because maybe there was a little too much alcohol or whatever, maybe, you know what I mean? They say that happens sometimes too. But I've played with that too, and it doesn't seem to really help it much as far as that side effect goes. But as far as anything else, to be honest with you, I've never felt anything other than that. Otherwise, I think it's
of course you stack it. Of course you stack it with tests and other stuff, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Test is always there for sure.
Absolutely, that's king right there.
Yeah, Nilo. For women, I wouldn't think tren would be the choice, right?
So I actually haven't. I've only tried. I've tried oral Anavar, and Anavar injectable, and Masteron, and Primo,
yeah.
and Winnie.
Yeah, those,
But
she's on the right place.
right.
You're in the right place.
You know, for me, I've always I've always had really short cycles because I really, really, really dislike the physical side effects.
Yeah.
Now I love the emotional side effects and the mental side effects. I love that. Those things are actually kind of because I haven't really been on stage since 2017. So I'll like get on, you know, I'll like cycle, and then I'll get off just because like I just like the side effects so much, and I'll like get 2-3 weeks out from a competition and I drop out. So I get like cold feet because I always think like, oh, I'm not ready. Now, in reality, I probably would be ready, but like mentally, like I don't feel ready. And so I've only tried those, and I've cycled really short cycles. So I don't know if I'm like the most knowledgeable person, you know, from personal experience.
Yeah, but the substances you mentioned are typical for women bodybuilders. Although some really go at it and take even D-bol or you know, others that, or even testosterone for that moment, which I don't advise. I mean, what do you think, Ricardo? Would you advise competitive women bodybuilders to do test?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't want to step on Carlos toes. He knows much more, but I've known a few female competitors that take low doses, a splash of test, and long as it's not like the long ester that it holds too much water, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Like
You said
propionate, for example?
Pardon?
You said you've never touched test?
No.
Yeah. The reason being the water or being bloated, or why?
Yeah, I don't want, and also like I don't want like the super androgenic side effects. Like, you know, like my voice got really deep after like the first cycle I ever ran, and
it's probably from Winstrol, my dear.
Yeah, and it never went back to normal. And I like that was the thing that I hated the most about, well, among other things. I just the physical side effects are just, they're like the you know, the deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
So like the you know, the male side effects.
I think the most important thing here, guys, and I know you would agree with me, is that you would have a doctor monitoring it. You're like, for me, I get blood tested every 6 months, you know, just to make sure, you know, after a cycle, I get blood tests. There's really not much thing to worry about there, except a little slight of cholesterol, which you can do it by doing double cardio. You could just, you know, rectify that. And I mean, for you, Carlos, whenever you stop a cycle, do you do blood tests, and do you see any difference in your body chemistry?
Little, some, but you know, to be honest with you, I've always feel good. I feel good all the time. I really do. I feel better, of course, when I'm on, to be honest with you, but I feel good all the time. Thank God I've never experienced anything, you know, where I didn't have any more energy or desire to go to the gym. I've never had that problem. I hit the gym like I'm on some year round. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care whether I'm taking something or not. I go to the gym to kill it. And that's just the way, that's my mentality of training, whether, you know, I have a supplement going or not. That's just the way it is. And I believe that if you eat right and you train hard year round, you're going to do good. And like you said, you got to take those tests every 6 months or every year. I make sure I go see my doctor and have him run the whole panel, you know what I mean? And get off for a few months to clean myself out, make sure that I'm being proactive about it. I think that's the most important thing. But as far as like you were asking about tests for females, I just think that some females need a little more help than some other ones. Some girls, you know, barely can smell something and they grow.
Yeah, it's true. Genetic.
Some girls got to take everything under the table just to grow, you know. So I think it's really a personal thing when it comes to females. But of course, my personal opinion, I think as a female, you definitely have to be a little bit more cautious about what it is that you try to experiment with. Because, you know, I mean, you don't want to lose that femininity. It's so beautiful. You want to keep that women looking, beautiful all the time. And all we're trying to do is put a little bit of muscle to make it look even more beautiful. We're going from beautiful to gorgeous.
It's true.
But like I said, I think everybody just has just different ideas on what, and some people just will take higher chances than others.
Well, let's talk about cruising and blasting for a moment, because I talked to several friends of mine who are into anti-aging and thereby just taking TRT. Okay, the highest doses they've ever taken is 250 from 50 to 250 a week. They never got off of it. It's always that they consider that cruising, by the way, unless they want to take GH for hormone, replacement therapy. But really, testosterone, because they are in that age where they cannot produce any more higher testosterone, so therefore they don't mind being on it for forever. Really, if you think about it, and that's what the doctor advised them. I mean, what do you think of this? Is it necessary to be off cycle? Or would you just cruise and just do testosterone for, like, let's say 50 meg and never get off? And then if you want to add something on what we call blasting with some other stuff, I mean, what do you think? Ricardo.
There you go, Ricardo.
So my blasting was about 800 to 900.
Yeah,
that's where
that's typical, yes.
Yeah, and I was weighing about 265, man, and my cruising was about 4. And I felt I had to cruise just because I was scared of losing.
Yeah.
But when I backed off completely, I didn't need to cruise, man. It was more like I wanted to cruise, but I'm kind of like minimal stuff, and I got pretty good results. But as for blasting, I think I was more naive and eager and new to the thing, so I was blasting unnecessarily. I should have had a little bit more mentorship, if you will.
Yeah.
I have a question about that. Just because being a girl, like I haven't done that. I've always just,
cycle off, cycle on.
Yeah, exactly. But so I'm 45, right? And I'm thinking, like, I don't want to lose. I mean, obviously, if we age, we're gonna lose some of it. But like, as a woman, like, for those of you guys that know, what would you suggest from now on if I just want to keep, like, I don't even care about like stage readiness. I want the performance to be there. I want to keep lifting the heavy weights. Cause like you, Carlos, like, I don't ever stop the gym. I have two modes, on or off, and off is on during the day, And so like, but I want to keep that. I want to keep the weight. I want to keep the muscle. And I don't want to be a frail old lady ever. Like, would it be safe to like just cruise as a female going forward, like from now till the end? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Carlos, you were going to say something.
I was just going to say that I don't think so either. I think what you're doing is working really great. You look great. Like you said, you're 45 years old and you look amazing. Why would you want to change anything? It seems to be working what you're doing. So I wouldn't change it any other way. You look great.
You would suggest like keep cycling on and off, on and off. Like,
yeah, okay. Absolutely. And then just get checked, just to see how that's coming around. And the doctor's going to be able to tell you if, listen, you need to stay a little more consistent with this. Going back and forth is not really healthy for you anymore. Yeah. But it looks like it's working really great for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel really good. I feel good.
I can feel your energy too. So, I mean, that's a good thing.
I have another question about that. Like, you guys all you guys have mentioned, like getting tested. Like, I haven't had going to my regular doctor. And, I mentioned that no doctor has ever suggested getting tests or, running any panels or anything. All they do is just like, tell me to be careful or like not do it.
You have to request it. You're the patient. It's like, I need a complete CBC, TSH panel, LDL, all this type of thing. They know they know the moment you mention complete CBC, they know what the hell that means. Otherwise, if they don't know, please please fire your doctor.
Well, another thing that I was thinking too as well is that maybe you just need to go find a different doctor, like a wellness doctor that's going to understand what it is that you're going for and what is, what he's looking for, You can be openly talking about it and you'll understand that this is something that you do and it's something you're not going to stop and you don't want to. You just want to keep you alive.
Yeah.
Right.
For as long as you can,
I have another question for you guys. I mean, we're all sort of, none of us are like in our 20s. So, I'm assuming you guys have been doing this for a while. Now, do you guys worry about like enlarged heart, enlarged liver, any of that kind of stuff?
Unless you're taking massive amount. And when I talk about massive amount, let's say, for example, testosterone. There are some crazy guys out there that takes 3,000 meg.
I know them.
Yeah. There's one guy in England that I know that has a podcast, and he used to take 3,000 meg testosterone, amongst other things. Now, he blew up to 400 pounds. Don't get me wrong. But now he has a kidney problem.
Right.
He had an enlarged heart when he had it x-rayed.
Well, I'm going to say, for me, I'm going to say no.
Period.
Period. I don't. I really don't. I don't think about that at all.
Yeah.
I really don't. Like I said, I try not to completely rely on myself, on how I feel and how I'm performing in the gym. I also get that blood work from my doctor as well, so the doctor can give me what my body's doing from the inside.
Yeah,
Not
very important.
What I'm feeling and what I'm seeing, but also, what the doctor says my blood work looks like. So I think that you got to have the combination of the two. Because he's really good about asking me all the time, how do you feel? He's always asking me that question. So how do you feel? I'm like, I don't know. I feel great, doctor.
By the way, Nilo, you can be honest with your doctor.
Right.
The doctor is not going to hold that against you.
Yeah, I mean, one thing is I never go to the doctor because I'm like pretty healthy.
Yeah.
And so, but in the last year when I did go, actually my doctor, who's like severely overweight, spent about 15 minutes of our appointment of my session asking me about like fitness advice. And I was like, are you going to waive my $50 copay now? Since I pretty much like, so yeah, I think I need to find a new doctor.
Ricardo, you were going to say something.
Yeah, two-part answer. Nilu, if you want to get your lab work done, I work at a hospital up in the Concord area. You could come by any day. You won't be the first of my friends.
Yeah.
You'll be Jane Doe. We get your whole blood work. Like, you can come literally any day, even if I'm there or not. I'll just go to the lab and drop my name. They'll take care of you. And then 100%, you know me, Nilu. And the second part to that, am I worried about, I get my levels checked, right? Like maybe once a year. But honestly, bro, like, this is the way I want to live. I'm not going to change. This is the way I'm rolling until it's over for me. I don't want to not. And the times I'm not, I do think about my countdown when I'm on. So like right now, I can't wait till come New Year when I'm on all cylinders and getting ready. So I'm just not going to live this way. This is one of my vices, like my motorcycles, right? Like I'm not going to do without.
Right. No, I think about that too. I mean, I just don't want to ever, like, I don't mind the whole like aging process. I just don't want to ever lose strength. For at any age that we get to, I just want to be like the strongest possible within my own limits,
But I know you big time, bro. Your drive is insane. You're not going to lose some unless something gets cut off. You push so hard, bro.
That's true. Ricardo's so right.
But your motor is on fire, bro.
Yeah, Nilo.
I don't even know you, and I will say the same thing.
Yeah, Nilo, you're not onto anything right now, right?
Right this moment. So about no. So the last, as soon as I found out the competition was canceled, so I'm gonna do one in April because like they said you could like use your registration for 2021, and from that. It's like Center Podium. I don't really know all these companies and these organizations. And so I'm going to do one in April. So I'm going to wait until, and this is something I actually want to ask you experts about. So I got off everything, and I'm gonna give myself a little break again. So if the competition's in April, when would be the right time to hop back on?
Carlos.
I'm gonna say 12 weeks, 12 to 14 weeks before. I think
Okay.
it would be great. You
That's
know what I
about
mean?
right, yeah.
12 to 14 weeks, because you want to be able to play around with a couple of things and see how your body is doing, and then you can make some adjustments, because as you know, at the end of the day, when show comes, you want to be as tight as hell. You want to look like a trophy. If you don't look like a trophy, you're not going to go compete. That's all there is to it. You know what I mean? You want to be hard as can be, and so you want to make sure that everything is working properly. You know, that way your body is coming down with that, you know, body fat, and you're timing up, you know, just great. And you're not losing any strength, of course, either. So you're keeping a lot of the muscle mass that you worked on in the off season. So 12 to 14 weeks, I think it's amazing. That's what I recommend to everybody. And I think that's what we needed the most, because that's when you're dieting, you know, you're not getting as many calories. You're doing a lot of cardio. Your body is working almost overtime daily. So you need something to help you recover and something to help you, you know, maintain that muscle.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's say you're a month before the contest. When do you put in, let's say, Clen or T3? I know that diuretics would be there like for a week before, but what about a month before? When do you put them in your cutting cycle?
Ricardo, you want to go on this?
No, man, you're the pro. I'm gonna, come on, man.
All right. Well, hey, you're the monster here, buddy. You're the guy over here.
I cut the heavy oils about 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how I'm looking. But I cut the oils and stay water based as I get closer, man.
So with your testosterone, do you use propionate or the testosterone suspension?
I use propionate. I use fasted in water. I keep it clean and light, man, because I tend to hold a lot, man. So I try to get safe because I don't want to mess up, you know, like any kind of water weight or any kind of heaviness like that close after that much work, man. And I start about 16 weeks out to play safe without peak week.
And with the T3 and the Clan, for me, I would say that it depends on how they're doing. If they're doing good, why should you add it?
Yeah.
You don't add things just because, you know, you got a week to go to the show. You think, well, I'm going to add this to make it better. No,
you can't. That is not an experiment stage.
Right. If you're looking good, you're probably going in the right direction. All you need is time, you know, and consistency. Keep doing what you're doing, and I think your body's just going to keep getting tighter every day, every week towards that show. But if you start, you know, playing with things, you might end up sacrificing muscle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would never recommend somebody just because we're a month out. Take this.
Especially on T3. If you're not careful on T3, it will burn your muscles.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Okay. Now, when it comes to other sports like Hollywood, who do you think are using? Most of them are using. I'd say 99% of them are using. Let me get back to bodybuilding again. Like, let's look at Jay Cutler. Okay, the guy hasn't really lost any size at all. So I'm thinking he's just on TRT. I don't know. The guy has not lost any size, you know. And then we got Lee Priest, who he claims he's not into anything, but you know,
I believe him.
Biceps still there, dude.
Yeah, but that guy's a freak.
It's a genetic freak, Lee. That is.
There's no way he's off completely. There's no way.
See, Ricardo will tell you.
I wouldn't say that either, but you know what I mean? But compared to what he was doing, to him, it's considered off.
Yeah, compared, like when Flex had his comeback, right? He was completely off, right, at 400 or 500.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, I agree with you. I got to agree with you with that. That's for sure. And I believe, you know, Jay Cutler as well. I mean, he's doing some too, but you know what? I think he looks great. And he did lose, you know, I think 30 pounds.
Just a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit.
He looks great though. I like the way he looks. I think he looks really healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really does.
And he's still making lots of money. That's a good thing.
Absolutely. I think he's a great guy for the sport itself.
Yeah, I agree.
It goes to show you that you know, you got to have a backup plan. You can't just be a bodybuilder. You got to be a businessman too.
But
Because
here's what.
you can't be a bodybuilder for the rest of your life.
But
You know
here's
what I
one thing I don't like to become, dude. Have you seen Arnold Schwarzenegger lately?
mean? Yeah. But I mean, come on. He's what, 70 something?
Yeah, he's like old. He's like super old.
We're talking 80 years old, I think.
Right? Or is he 80 already? Jesus. So yeah,
Dude,
come on.
we see some people that are like 80 years old, still bodybuilding, still looks great. Arnold really did not do it. You know?
That's
Yeah.
my goal in life. Did I don't know. I told you, Ricardo, you know, but my goal in life is to be the oldest female competing bodybuilder. Like I want to be like 90.
I'd like to see that.
Well, if you got to stay alive.
I think that's Carlos's goal too, because this guy, he
Well,
doesn't. I mean, he doesn't
I
get.
don't know about that.
Carlos doesn't have any off season, man.
I just love training. I really do. I love the gym. I like the atmosphere, and I love the energy. You know, I think it's the only place that you can go that, especially, you know, the gym where I work out and you know, Bodyfield Fitness. There's a lot of positive energy there. A lot of people are always, you know, really helping each other out, and you don't see a lot of big issues there. You know, everybody kind of talks with each other and kind of gives each other, you know, a little, you know, pick me up or a little pep talk from time to time. I know when I'm on prep and I'm like a week or two, trust me, I don't really want to talk. I don't even have the energy. So my energy is going to go lift weights.
Yeah.
I don't have the energy to sit down and talk to you about what's going on. I'm sorry, you know, and people know that I'm really a really nice guy. 99% of the time, one week out from the show, that's probably not a good time to talk to me. I probably won't even remember what I said to you anyway, you know? So, but definitely, other than that, I think I love the sport. I really do. And there's a lot of good people out there, and I know we have a lot of bad ones, but I think majority of the people that I see, I just really admire how they still, after bodybuilding, can still hold on to some, you know, physique that is presentable to the public. You know what I mean? Not look like you just went through hell.
Yeah.
Because that's what everybody thinks. You know,
Yeah.
everybody thinks, oh, well, these guys are bodybuilding, and when they're done bodybuilding, man, they're gonna look like crap, and they're gonna look so old and this and that. I'm like, no, man, I'm living my life. I'll run circles around you.
That's one of the myths that bothers me the most is that, like, oh, aren't you afraid of like building now? Aren't you afraid when you stop, it's just gonna turn to mush? I'm like, well, you know, your fat is already mush, at least, right? If this turns to mush eventually, it's gonna take much longer for me to turn to.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's not how it works.
That's
like water doesn't just turn into wine. Like muscle just doesn't turn into fat. You just, you know, that's not how it works.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
I have a question for those of you guys, like, I'm sure you know, you guys get all questions and stuff. Like, what do you tell like the lay person who's not gonna do shows, but who wants to like look like they do shows? Like, do you suggest when they ask you, like, you know, what do you take, what do you do? Are you honest with them, and do you tell them how and what to do, or do you sort of try to dissuade like the lay person, like my normal clients, you know, who are like, oh my God, you look so great, I want to do what you do, and I'm like, no, you probably don't. You know, like
I'll go first, but with some of the people that I'm training right now, they just know it already. They've been taking stuff already, and so I don't really have to, you know, is it a moral or a choice, or is it, you know, I don't have to go through that you know, that type of lesson. They're just saying, here's what I'm doing. What do you think? Then I give my own opinion. Yeah.
okay.
You guys?
My opinion.
My opinion.
You know, to be honest with you, for someone who doesn't want to compete, when I first meet them, I want to see how committed they're going to be to the nutritional program first.
Yeah,
so I put
that's
through
the
a program
problem.
for 12 weeks, and I want to see what kind of heart they have. How committed, how consistent are you going to be with the program I'm going to lay out to you. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, they just kill it, right? For 12 weeks. And they're like, Carlos, I gave it all I had. And, I don't know if this is enough. I think I want to go, a little bit harder. And then I will sit down with them, explain to them honestly what it's going to take to go to the next level.
Right.
But if you can't even eat correctly, why are we even talking about
It's a waste of time.
drugs, right? It's not going to make you any better.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you can take all the drugs in the world. If you're not committed, if you're not consistent, you're going to look the same.
Exactly.
You're just going to get fat.
Yeah, it's all diet.
Yeah, you got to watch. You got to watch what you're putting in your body. Otherwise, I mean, what are we talking about? But like I said, but that's my personal opinion, and I don't talk to everybody about it. I really don't. I just think that if they really want it, I'm open to it. I really explain that to them, but I don't come out and tell them. I don't want them to feel that I'm pushing this on you.
Of
I'm not
course.
pushing nothing. I'm pushing health. I'm pushing hard work. I'm pushing consistency, and I'm pushing you to be disciplined. Those are the things that I'm pushing on you.
To be better,
you can't get that, then why are we even going to go to the next level? You're not even ready for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Ricardo?
First of all, if I even truly believe that they're clean anyway, if they're asking, I try to see where I think their natural cap is, right? A lot of people, if they haven't really touched nothing, they have a good cap they don't know about. They could go out, I think, if they're pushing hard, about 2, 3, 4 years, depending on their age, before they even start looking at that.
Yeah.
I was lucky.
It depends on the age too. Yeah. But I have to tell you, ladies and gents, high school is in trouble because these kids, and I don't advise this, especially with teenagers still that are, I don't advise it, but here's the problem. They're going to have it anyway. And you know what? They're not going to know how to use it. And that's the dangerous thing.
Right.
Look, when I was in my early 20s, the only instructions I got is from Dan Duchaine, the anabolic, I forgot that little book, man. You remember, Carlos? Dan Duchaine, that little, he was the only one to.
But
and then Bill
Phillips.
Phillips.
A lot of information out there now, though. I mean, it just depends, who you're listening to and what you want to believe, I guess.
Well, what would you recommend? I recommend RX Muscle by Dave Palumbo.
He's very good. I believe so too. I would have to say the same thing.
And he was going to be a doctor, but he went to bodybuilding, so he has some experience. Yeah.
Definitely has
Will you include the resources that you recommend in like the comments when you post this?
I wouldn't.
Wouldn't.
Oh, you mean the podcast?
Yeah, like
okay.
the
I thought you were talking about
whatever.
something else. Kilo.
No, like
We'll send it to you.
The what?
Yeah. But okay. Any other topics there? Look, ladies and gentlemen, PEDs, you still have to put on the hard work, whether it was a giant player. Who was that guy who got caught? What's his name? The baseball giant. It's like, he got caught, but what he was saying is that even if you're on it, if you're not training, it's not going to improve your performance. You got to train. Yeah.
Barry Bonds?
Barry Bonds, yeah. I mean, you got to train still. So everybody uses it in sports. Even certain sport that test drugs like this, like Olympics, it doesn't matter because some people could change. Some people that makes this stuff can change chemicals, thereby it's undetected when they specifically test for it. I am a believer in saying that the natural bodybuilders, which they claim they are natural, they're not natural. I'm sorry. It's just that they're taking certain substance that's not included in the list. And so therefore, when they get tested, for example, a lot of people in the
CrossFit
late 80s who were natural, they were taking GH, dude. They were taking insulin, and those were not on the list, So
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna tell you, GH, have you taken it? How do you feel about it? And if you haven't taken it, how do you feel about MK77, which is a little similar to GH, but it's a SARM that, well, it's considered SARM, but it is more of like a secretagogue of amino acids, but it's very effective because it's intramuscular. And then there is the HGH peptide. What that means is that you got this GH whole thing. It has a lot of capabilities, including burning fat. So what they did is they concentrated on this fragment and only got they make sure that they actually extracted the substance of that GH that only burns fat. It's called fragment 19177, I think. Have you taken those?
No, but it sounds like something I want. And okay, so what, like, I don't know anything about it.
They're so cheap in China, but anyway.
I don't know anything about it either.
Oh yeah. I'll send you guys. I'll send you guys on personal message about it. It's Greg Doucette takes it a lot because he's been preparing for contests for, I don't know what he's preparing this month. I think that Mr. Olympia is coming soon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually going to that in December.
Are you?
My friend is my coach, actually, my strength coach is doing a bench press there. So yeah, I'm excited.
When are you, Carlos? When are you competing?
Well, this year, you know, like I told you before, I was.
Let me know, man. We're gonna have to show up there and like.
San Diego. I was getting ready for San Diego, and that moved. So then I considered I was going to go to Puerto Rico in May.
Oh, that's too far.
That didn't happen. So I was dieting for 5 months this year. So I was like, you know what? This is not happening. It's not a good year. So I decided just to keep myself in pretty decent shape and just waited until next year. So probably something like around April or May of next year is where I'm thinking about doing something. And of course, my goal, you know, is to qualify for the Olympia. That's all there is to it. I mean, I think anyone who's a pro goes to these other little shows to try to go for the Olympia. That's the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, and anyone who's anyone that is a pro, I think that's where they want to be.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Carlos, quick question. Would you rather do O or the Arnold Expo?
Would I rather do the Olympia or the Arnold?
Yeah.
I know that's a tough question, man, because I would definitely love to be at the Arnold Classic. And I don't know if you know this, but for the Arnold, you actually have to write in and get accepted. You have to get an invitation.
Is that right? Oh, okay.
And to go to the Olympia, you actually have to qualify. So it's a little harder to get to the Arnold. So I'm going to maybe pick Arnold.
Wait a minute.
That one's harder to get to.
Which has more networking, Olympia or Arnold?
Arnold.
Arnold, yeah. Arnold's got to be it.
You meet all kinds of people there, man.
Yeah.
Olympia is like the nostalgic, right? It's like the title.
It's nostalgia, yeah.
I agree
But
with you.
Arnold.
I think it just got cut off there.
Way bigger.
Arnold definitely
way bigger, man.
But what he was saying is Arnold. I think the prize money is even more than Olympia. I think.
No, I think now they're even. I believe they're
It's
even.
the same, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, there you go, Ricardo. You got cut off. Go ahead.
No. The last time I checked, Carlos, the Arnold was double, man.
The money?
And they throw in the Hummer.
The money?
Yeah, last time I checked was double.
Oh, shoot. No
and
way.
they throw in the Hummer. Yeah.
That's it, Carlos. You gotta go there, man. Look, Carlos. Hey, I tell you what. If you do compete at Arnold, I'll be there, man. We'll support you, dude.
No, definitely. No, Arnold, I think it's. I mean, I agree with Ricardo. If the Olympia didn't have that name, I definitely think the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic would be the top show in professional bodybuilding. Yeah. No doubt about it. It's the reason, you know, the Olympia pays the money that it pays is because of the Arnold Classic.
Agreed.
You know, Arnold is the one who pushed all that. Otherwise, they wouldn't even pay you $500,000 now at the Olympia, which is kind of sucks, you know. But I mean, that's it is what it is, right? And I think the other shows as well, the other professional shows, they should definitely be paying out a lot more money too as well. I think the athletes we put a lot of money into it. And, you know, for the money, for the prices that you get, I mean, Man, they need to go up.
We'll see what happens. I think they're going to start another company. Dwayne Johnson, right? The Rock.
Right,
He's
I
going to
heard
start.
about that.
He's going to
Yeah.
start a branch of bodybuilding. So that's
And it's
exciting
about
right
the
there.
money as well too, because I think he wants to try to help out the athletes.
Yeah.
And make sure that they're getting paid for all the work they're putting into, which I think is phenomenal. I think
Yeah.
it really is. And it's just in the NPC, I think it would be really nice if. And some promoters are starting to do this. They'll give you incentives, like if you win the overall, they'll pay for your way to go to the nationals. I think that's so cool. There's so many people that we spend so much money in this sport. It's not even funny. So
It's not
getting
funny,
me look
man.
up like that, I think is awesome.
Okay. What about over-the-counter supplement? If you can pick one that you think will work, what would it be? I don't know why I'm asking that, but I gotta ask. Okay. We have some.
Eggs.
Go ahead.
I would use egg whites. I mean, it's like, honestly, like I can't think of anything that's like over the counter that actually works.
Carlos?
I'm going to pick Cell Chem by Evergy Nutrition.
Oh, interesting.
I have never experienced the recovery that I do when I'm taking that product, especially when I'm dieting. It's the only product that I've ever felt that really helped me.
What does it have?
It's got some creatine, glutamine, BCAAs, and some other ingredients supposedly in there that, they don't tell you what it is. That's supposed to help you build muscle. But
Is it pre-workout or post-workout?
No, it's just a recovery thing. So you can take it, normally for me, I take it 3 times a day. I'll take it in the morning before I do cardio on an empty stomach to make sure that it's protecting my muscle when I'm doing cardio on an empty stomach. And then I do it right after my training as well to help my body recover. And right before I go to sleep again. So I take it 3 times a day. And I think it's a phenomenal product. I really believe that is their best product. And if you can check right now, you can't find it anywhere. It's sold out everywhere.
So you gotta message me and what that is, and that way I know where to find it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think it's a great product. So
Yeah. Rick?
yeah, definitely.
Ricardo?
No, man, I was with Nito. I was gonna tell you Flintstones, but after hearing Carlos's fucking answer,
He doesn't believe in that too.
yeah, I just want the link, man.
I do have to say, collagen is.
Yeah, you
is-
said collagen. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, for me personally, I try. I'm like a trier. I'll try anything, right? I'll say yes to anything within reason. But collagen has been the most. It's been really, really helpful for me. Like it's been great.
In what way?
Pardon?
In what way?
I feel like recovery. I feel even during my off cycles, which last year from November 2019 till I want to say like March, I was off. And I was doing 2 full servings of collagen, once in the morning, once at night. Hardly ever get sore. I mean, I push hard, and I overtrain constantly. I never get sore. Hair and nails are like amazing.
Oh,
Actually, I got it just because I saw like an ad thing on Instagram for like cellulite, and I'm like, I got cellulite. I'm gonna take this. It actually.
That's pretty good.
Like,
That's
You
good.
do a lot of squats, lady.
Yeah, but it's like this. Even though like that little being 45, like I'm noticing like a little bit of that like crepiness on the skin as you age a little bit, and it's definitely reversed that for me. So.
I heard that it's good for your joints. That's what I heard about collagen.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
So,
What
like
would you advise?
Pardon?
What would you advise on old people that are having problems with their joints? DECA or NPP? Which one?
I don't know.
I probably would say DECA, probably like 100 meg. Check with their doctor because doctor usually prescribe it with people with arthritis, But I never felt good in DECA. I like NPP better because it gets out of your system right away, But
it works. It worked for like joint pain and joint issues.
My
it lubricates your joints.
My buddy that you met before, Nilu, the old school guy, the one that passed away, he used to do DECA like year in and year out just for his joints. He had like 40 years of lifting, so his joints were fucking shot. And he used to shoot vitamin D, and it was like wonder drug for him.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
would have to say DECA as well. I don't think the NPP is good. I think the DECA does a better job. I think the other one just comes in and out really quickly. It's too fast.
Yeah, it's too fast. It's out within 3 days. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with it. So definitely, I'm gonna have to say the DECA. Thank God I've never had any joint issues in my life. So I can't give you my experience with it.
I probably will soon because I'm 54 years old. I'm going on 60 soon. So, well, gentlemen, ladies, it's been great. A great chat. I'm sure we'll do this again. But for now, can you tell us where they could find you, Carlos? Where can they find you?
Besides Bodyfield Fitness?
Yeah.
Yes. You know what? Let's see.
You're on Facebook called Carlos Pinto IFBB Pro.
That's right. That's right. Yep. You can even follow me on
Instagram.
Different Breed, which is my team name. That's my name of my business as well too. So definitely. Or you can go to my website. It's dbathletics.us.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ricardo, Facebook?
No, I'm if you guys are up to going to that show in 2 weeks, I'm down to meet everybody there, man.
Well, let us know. In that way, I could plan because I look at the tickets. It's not bad, and there's still a lot of available tickets.
Yeah, let me know. I'd like to meet all you guys. I'll be because I'm definitely going to be there. I'm going to be there all day. So if you guys come up, make sure you guys let me know because that'd be awesome to meet you guys.
And Nilo,
send
your
us the
studio.
details. I would love to. I would totally go if it's in Reno, right?
It's in Reno, yeah. You got
Yeah.
4 hours drive from you.
I'm in. Nilu, we can make it a day trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, folks. It's been great. I will see you later. Thanks for the time.
All right.
Thank you, Rod.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.